Hey, it's been a while since since I've done a coffee talk and just kind of let you know where I am and giving you a bit of an update about my writing projects and all that kind of thing. I don't have much of an agenda for this, except to talk about comparison. That has been happening with me so much the last couple weeks. Not only that, but it's just been a really extraordinarily busy and stressful couple of weeks. So adding comparison on top of that is obviously not the best thing. But grab a cup of coffee, get cozy. I already had a couple cups of coffee this morning, and so I'm just having water. My sister got this for me for Christmas. It's from Boy Meets World, which is super fun. Yeah, so at the beginning of my author career, comparison was not something that I suffered from at all. I knew that it was going to be a long haul. I knew that my first book wasn't going to be an instant bestseller, and I was willing to work to make things happen. So when it wasn't immediate and I was spending more than I was making at the beginning, then I was fine with that. I would see other people having success and I would think, go you, that's awesome, I can learn from you. Even if the books that were successful, in my mind were like not as good as my books, I still saw that as motivation because, hey, those books could become really popular, then why couldn't mine? It's getting harder as time goes on. Obviously, I haven't been a published author for that long. I'm coming up on my second anniversary in July. For about a year and a half before that, I was writing and learning, and I feel like I've been at this for a lot longer because I've been working at it for a lot longer. But technically, my publishing anniversary is just my second one's just coming up. But because I've been working for three and a half years or something behind the scenes, I feel like, okay, all right, well, at this point, maybe I should be seeing some more success. Now, I have seen some growth. Don't get me wrong. I've seen growth on this channel, which is awesome. Thanks for being here. I'm glad that you get some value out of my English nerdy knowledge. But my books are by no means bestsellers, and it's just frustrating to try to figure out advertising and try to tip those scales and get to a place where my books can have their own momentum. Now, you might be thinking, well, you only have 2 out, or 3 if you count my pen name. That's true. I need to remind myself that I only have a few books out. But it's kind of weird. On the one hand, I am extremely proud of what I've accomplished. I mean, Firian Rising, Into the Unreal, and then Kingdoms on Fire coming out in July. I am so unbelievably proud of those books. They are a huge part of who I am. I think that they turned out extraordinarily well. And I think that they deserve to be bestsellers. I think if they were to become that, obviously there would be a huge variety of opinions, but I think that they can stand up to a lot of the current popular books out there. Not only that, but I've wanted to be a writer, at least off and on, since I was really tiny, and putting out even one book was a complete dream come true. And now I have a publishing schedule that I'm working on. So there's the end of the Tanuan Academy series, and then I have big plans for the things that are coming after that series. So you can look for those announcements pretty soon. The first people who are going to get all the announcements, including the cover reveal for Kingdoms on Fire, will be my newsletter, so I'll post the link down below if you're interested in being one of those people. So I'm putting out like almost like the equivalent of a big novel and then something smaller per year, and I'm a full-time teacher. I feel like that's something that I can be really proud of. But it's hard not to just feel a little off when I hear different podcasts, or when I go onto social media, of course. like Facebook. I'm part of Facebook groups that are for self-published authors, and how to be successful in a bunch of marketplaces, and so there are people there who are really successful, who have lots of answers. So they're wonderful sources of information, but you also see so many people who are making six figures, and that is absolutely not my story. It would be nice, but I don't have the kind of advertising power or the fast release schedule or whatever it is that allows them to do that. So it's kind of weird. I look at my books and I'm really proud, but I'm also feeling like I'm not where I want to be either. It's a little bit like being a teacher, I guess. There are elements of my job that are so fulfilling, but then I look around at how much other people make, and of course that just puts a damper on my whole day. And I'm not. Let me be clear. I am not somebody who's super motivated by money. I am far more motivated by fulfillment. Am I doing something that I enjoy, that I get that sense of satisfaction from? Can I go home and be proud of what I've done at the end of the day? That to me is far more important than any sort of paycheck or amount of money that I get. Even with my books, if my books only end up making enough to kind of fund themselves and just a little bit more, then I'll be okay. More important to me is that there are a lot of people who also get massive enjoyment out of them, like I'm getting enjoyment out of them. I mean, I'm my own biggest fan. I have this map that I commissioned. I mean, how fun is that? I get to commission maps? You've got to be kidding. That's incredible. So I would prefer that. If it's one or the other, I would prefer to have people just really enjoy the books, and those who are going to enjoy it be able to find it. But yeah, comparisonitis, as Joanna Penn says, is definitely a real thing. It's rough. So I'd be curious to know, how do you combat comparing yourself and the level of success that you found to other people? Like, how can you focus more on what you've accomplished and look forward, to, or make plans to become that popular? How do you combat this? I trust that this comparisonitis feeling will eventually pass, or at least it'll come in waves and then it'll go away. But it's just been kind of a tougher week. But we'll see. This summer I'm going to release Kingdoms on Fire, and there will be some other big developments coming in the works this summer as well, and hopefully that will make a difference in the number of people who are able to find my stories and enjoy them. At least that's my hope. So I'm still plugging away, still working on some secret projects that I'm pretty excited about. But that's honestly what I've been struggling with this week. Yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys and kind of pick your brains and see how you combat such things. I feel like I'm working really hard for not as much payoff as I would like. But I guess that's a lot of people when they start businesses or they begin some kind of creative endeavor. You have to be willing to work in almost complete obscurity for a long time before you find that overnight success. Yeah. So that is it. Just a coffee talk today about where I am and combating that sense of comparison with other people. It doesn't do anybody any good. Comparison is the thief of joy, people say, and people are right. So, if you're a writer, and I assume that you're either a writer or a reader if you're watching this, then do your best to not look around at what other people are doing to compare your success to others, but instead to learn from people and remember to celebrate all of those wins along the way. I have had all these small little victories. Even this week, I got to see the first draft of the Kingdoms on Fire cover, and it's awesome. It's really cool. I'll be sharing that with you relatively soon. But yeah, stay the course. You can do it. We can do it. I will have some exciting announcements coming up pretty soon, but until then, have a good life, be of good cheer, and don't forget to subscribe for more English nerdy goodness. All right, I'll see you later.